Hi, my name is Will Nunciata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with two acclaimed artists. One, Matthew, aka Uptown, and Theo, aka TSH. Matthew, an acclaimed singer, songwriter, artist, and Theo, an acclaimed engineer, producer, vocalist. Both of them young Renaissance men of the music industry. Before I get to my interview with them, here is a sneak peek at their incredible talent. As I'm holding up a car, joking blurry vision. As I'm holding up a car, feel the white noise with my white boys. High on white snow, too much damn low. Crush it, crush it, crush it out. Bump it, bump it, bump it out. Wait. Well, hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Doing quite well. How are you?
Good, thank you. Well, I'm so excited to be joined by Matthew, aka Uptown, and Theo, aka TSH. Matthew, an acclaimed singer, songwriter, artist. Theo, an acclaimed engineer, producer, vocalist extraordinaire. Gentlemen, I want to go one at a time. Matthew, where were you born? And when did you realize that you had a knack for music? And Theo, then I am going to ask you, believe it or not, same question.
All right.
I was born here in New York, in the city. I'm not sure where, the exact hospital, but where I figured out I really wanted to do music was, I don't know, in middle school, I liked a girl and I wrote her a song. And that was the first time I ever was like, yo, this is kind of really fun. I kind of like the way I express myself using, music. So that was where I kind of got the first hit.
Look at that, Matt. And when you make it big and you win your Grammy, you can thank that girl.
I don't think she wants.
God bless America. We won't go into that. And Theo, how about you, my friend?
I was actually born in Russia, which is crazy, but I was adopted when I was like a year old. And then the time I decided I wanted to do, or the first thing that got me interested in music was when I was a little kid, like 2 or 3 or 4, Prince performed at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah.
And I was a little kid and I just saw Prince and everything Prince was doing. And for the next like 2 weeks, I ran around in my bathrobe with like my dad had a guitar, a huge guitar laying around the house. Like I was a little kid holding this guitar. Like I wanted to be Prince. And from there, I always sort of kept music in the back of my mind. Like I would sign up for choir. Started to learn instruments. But then I'd say once high school hit, that's when I realized like that's what I want to do for real. And also like in meeting Matt. So yeah.
Aw. Well, perfect segue, Theo. I want to know how you two gentlemen, you both have such amazing musical sensibilities. And it's kind of like when you fuse, it's kind of like, magic happened. How did you guys meet?
Theo, I think we should take this half and half because we first met at boarding school that we first went to. He was a sophomore, I was a freshman, and we met, and a faculty member actually he was like, you two get together for a photo. You guys are gonna like each other. And that was the first time we met, and we got together for a photo, and then we were like, okay, this is some new guy. And then we both were on the football team, and we kept talking. We went to the studio. And that's where I found that Theo was not only an incredible musician, but he was like, I don't know, it was more than the music. It was him as a person that made me feel comfortable to go forward with it and all of that, at least on my end.
I know. Theo, what's your end of the story?
I mean, I would say we started, like there was a point where we just started making music, like sort of to see what happened. And then like Matt said, I think it was the personal connection that actually made us take it more seriously. Because at the time I was producing for like a few different artists, and like I sort of didn't have loyalty to anybody. But then we would have nights where we would just go out like into the town near where our school was, and we would just go have pizza, like just do like dumb teenager stuff. And that's like, I think that's what really bonded us together. And then we found out that we had similar life experience that we wanted to write about, like on a little bit of a deeper level. So yeah.
Gentlemen, I love that. And I feel like, when you get to the Today Show, what a great narrative you two have. That you guys were put together by a faculty member, but that even beyond the music, you two as human beings, as like, dare I say, souls, vibed. I'm a director, so excuse my, way of putting this, but it's like you had these two souls that were meant to mesh, that I feel like where one of you might start something, the other one picks off. And, I could almost already eavesdrop in on you guys collabing, that I could just sense that you guys are kind of like popcorn being popped. Is that correct?
Exactly. And I would say that's a perfect way of putting it, because there's some places where I fall short, not only musically, but personally. And, where I fall short, Theo can be there to help me, to be like, if it's in the studio telling me, that's the game. Don't mess with that, or get it, like, back away from the mic. That was something I had to learn. I used to be way too close to the mic when I recorded, and Theo had to tell me, back up a little bit, it'll sound better. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I mean also like just like he said, like a more personal. It's also the personal like ways in which we both fall short personally. We like pick each other up. And I mean, obviously we're brothers. We've had our disagreements, like that happens too. But at the end of the day, like it's all love. And we try to let each other know that like as much as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, gentlemen. Well, what can the audience look for in terms of your next collaboration?
Well, we actually have a song dropping tomorrow called One Train, but that's not really a collaboration. That was just Theo helped me with the vocals. But for like future stuff, I don't know, we kind of are looking to define our sound and bring in, new elements. We've been looking towards, I don't know, new places for inspiration, rather than, because I used to be very New York, you know what I mean? I lived in New York and I wanted to make music about my experiences in New York. But as I exhausted that, I started wanting to reach out, further musically and personally, to write about other things, to, have different aspects of production. And Theo can talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of, we do have a lot of like songs that we still have that we're gonna start rolling out like collaboration wise in the next like few months. But what we really want to do is we're both sort of going into new places in our lives, because the school we were at before didn't exactly work out for the two of us. So I'm going to art school in Michigan tomorrow actually. So it's sort of like there's going to be a lot more resources, and we want to go bigger. Like they're going to be like string sections. Like if I have a string section, of course I want to record a string section and sort of push forward the genre that we're in, which I feel like is hip hop, but we want to make it cinematic. We want to make it like sort of as high budget professional as we can without any budget whatsoever. But also I would say like we're also trying to blend our influences because they're so vast. Like we like old SoundCloud rap, like X and Lil Peep, as much as we like Bieber, as much as we like Quincy Jones, Marvin Gaye. Like it's everything, and it's just trying to fuse that and really find a new sound while we finish releasing everything that we currently have in the vault for our friends and people who listen to our music to hear.
I am so grateful for the time that you took today to speak with me, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what genius comes from, and you said it perfectly, Theo. You are a fusion of not only your own life experiences as individuals, but as a collective, you guys are a force to be reckoned with.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm a New Yorker. I'm just gonna say it like it is.
I know that for sure. I know that as a friend.
Well, listen, God bless you both. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I can't wait to speak with you soon.
100%.
All right. Thank you.